So I hope this structure of gene is clear to everyone. Moving further. In case of a negative control, now two important terms I am going to tell you, a negative control and a positive control. In case of a negative control, the genes of the operon are expressed unless they are switched off by a repressor protein. This you understand. Getting back to that diagram, the regulator will produce a repressor. Regulator will produce a repressor. I told you earlier in the earlier slide, I have told you regulator will produce this repressor. This repressor will go and bind to the operator and will stop the process of enzyme synthesis. Similarly, just read on this. In case of negative control, the genes of the operon are expressed unless they are switched off by the repressor protein. So the above, so the diagram which I have shown you just now was the example of a negative control. Thus the operon will be turned on constitutively when the repressor is inactive. So what is happening in that diagram? Just see, the genes are expressed. So when the genes are expressed, that means regulator is producing the repressor and repressor is in inactive state. Repressor has not altogether been produced, or whether if it is produced also, then also it is in inactive state and it will not form, it will not allow the RNA polymerase to go and bind to the promoter or go and form the structural gene, go and continue with the transcription of the structural genes. Clear? So here in this case, regulator has produced repressor, but the repressor remains in inactive state. So this type of mechanism is called as negative control. Okay, why negative control? Because the genes are expressed, always they are expressed, the genes are always on unless and until they are switched off. So what, why called as negative? Because switching off is being done by the repressor protein. Okay. Alternatively, what happens in a positive control? In a positive control, the genes are expressed only when an active regulator protein is present. Clear? This example is altogether opposite to what I have said, what I have shown you just now. Here what happens in positive control, this regulator protein acts as an activator. When the regulator protein, which we were calling as repressor here in positive control, the same thing will be called as an activator, because in the presence of the activator only the structural genes will be expressed. So although we don't have this positive control thing, we don't have to study in E. coli, but you need to understand, in negative control the genes are continuously on and they are being switched off by the protein which is produced by the regulator, and what we call that protein when it is going and switching off the genes, so we call it as repressor. While in other case, in positive control, what is there, the genes are already off, the operon will be turned off when the positive regulatory protein is absent. Now what happens in positive control, the regulator will be producing certain protein, and in positive control procedure this protein will go and promote the process of transcription. So here what happens, the genes are actually turned off, and when the regulator is producing the protein, and in this case the protein will be called as activator because it is actually activating the genes to be expressed, activating the cistron to be expressed. So this is positive control, but we are more concerned with the negative control, where the genes are always on and they are being switched off only by the protein produced by the regulator gene, and we call it as a repressor protein. This you will understand more in further diagrams. First see the structural genes. Structural genes, three structural genes I have told you. Z gene or LAC-Z, it codes for beta galactosidase. Beta galactosidase is responsible for breaking down lactose into glucose and galactose. Okay. Second was LAC-Y or Y gene, which codes for permease, which is an enzyme that transports lactose into the bacterium. This enzyme will transport lactose into the bacterium. Next is LAC A, it codes for transacetylase. It is an enzyme which is thought to aid in the release of galactosides. So just you need to understand just you need to learn LAC Z codes for beta galactosidase, LAC Y codes for permease, and LAC A codes for transacetylase. That's it. Okay. Now coming back to repressors. I told you that repressors are uh, produced in negative control where the gene is continuously switched on and they are switched off. Switched on means the genes are continuously expressing itself and the enzymes are produced and produced. But here what happens in the repressor, when repressor is being produced, the repressor goes and binds to the operator and then the genes are not being expressed. So the synthesis stops. Just understand. Repressors are regulatory protein blocks that block the transcription of mRNA. Block is an important term here because it stops the transcription of messenger RNA. Now, they do this by binding to a portion of the DNA called the operator. So, this will go and the repressor will go and will not bind to the promoter, but it will bind to the operator. And when once it goes and binds to the operator, the RNA which has already bound to the promoter, will it be able to slide over the DNA chain? No, it will not slide because there is a hindrance in the sliding area and that hindrance is being produced by the repressors. Clear? So the binding of the regulatory protein to the operator prevents RNA polymerase from passing the operator and transcribing the coding sequence for the enzymes. You understand? If you see, just compare it with the chain and the runner. The chain which you use in your bags, if there is something stuck in between the chain, will the slider portion, the which you are zipping, that will move if there is something present in between, something is there, or from some portion the chain is being broken or something has attached into the chain. No, it will not pass. So same thing happens in the repressors. See, so this is called as negative control. This I wanted to describe to you, that in the negative control the genes are always switched on unless and until a repressor comes and stops the synthesis. When what happens now when the repressor is active? Just see, I have told you a diagram in which the repressor was not at all active, but another case where the repressor is active. Just understand this. The regulator gene is producing the repressor. This repressor is active here. You can see the grooves, the V grooves present here. It will go and bind at the operator. Operator also has this V kind of structure which is protruding. So it is a lock and key type of thing which is happening here and it is going and attaching to the operator. So regulator produce active repressor. The repressor which is active now will go and bind to the operator. And now when promoter region will have RNA polymerase attached to itself, will it be moving or sliding to the structural gene for the expression? No, it cannot. Why? Because the pathway has been disturbed, has been restricted, has been stopped. It cannot move because we have a hindrance in between which is called as the repressor, and now the gene expression will be turned off. So there will be no transcription going on here. Why? Because RNA polymerase is responsible for the transcription and RNA polymerase cannot reach the structural gene because in between we have repressor which is joined to the operator. Okay? Clear? Just look at this image for a minute and understand how it happens.